This is a Podfire production.
It's the highest of standards, on the peak we have landed. It's not silver, it's not gold, you want the best, take advantage. Go platinum. You know you wanna do it. Go platinum, you know you wanna do it. Go platinum.
Oh, we are live. There you go.
How good's that?
It's not bad. That's
So
good.
I've
Are we
set,
live?
we are now, yeah. I've
We
just
are
set
live.
Pugs a
Delivers.
challenge to create a PSG version of a Mojo song.
Yeah, and then proceeded to bag out my back.
Yeah.
It was better than saying he was fat.
Well,
True.
Yeah.
Because for the record, my back's screwed.
That's
Yeah.
no good.
But
I'm
anyway.
probably less fat than your back is bad.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay.
'Cause
I had to think about
At least
that
I
for
could
a
take my fat ass down the stairs in under 3 minutes.
It's like
G'day, card guy. G'day, mama. Marianne Bilston's online.
She's coming to us from London.
oh my
London.
goodness.
Our
Somewhere-
first UK
somewhere different
viewer.
every
Yeah,
week.
yeah. First
Hi,
into-
boys from London, and a kiss emoji.
We
Actually-
that's for
Who
Robert.
reckon that's aimed at? That's
Mrs.
for Rob.
Not to me.
Mrs. B, if there's any chance you could check out the trains for a platinum standard grading hat that Chris left on the subway.
Yeah, it was actually between
Where was that between Birmingham and...
Birmingham and Loughborough.
Loughborough.
It was in
Do you think Mum's going to Loughborough?
no, I don't think so.
Big chance that's not happening.
No.
Corsic
Peter.
cardboard
Hey, Pete.
has
Hello,
joined
Pete.
us. Okay, Pete. So we're just getting a couple more here. I'm pretty excited that Mama Bear's in London. That's very exciting.
Did I see that card guy on there?
TML, the
He
missing
is.
links on there. G'day, Fiend.
Fiend
Gold
Dog.
Gourmet Foods has joined us.
saw
Wax
Fiend.
Done Wrong.
Saw Feeney posted something about some sneaker thing in Melbourne next month. I might have to get down there.
Down there for a bit of sneaker action.
Yeah,
You can't.
Ben
Wow.
Allen.
You're on a work trip.
next month.
Yeah.
G'day, Ben.
Might be
Blakey.
before it.
How are you, champion?
We'll just have our own conversation over here.
Got my Hirachis on today.
What's a Hirachi?
Blakey.
It's a
That's not the hot sauce you have with your sushi.
that's sriracha.
It's close.
Apparently
Close.
not.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing.
Just on your
you know?
feet.
Same thing to you old people who don't understand sneakers.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Fair call,
Oh,
though.
we just
Wow,
don't care
yeah,
for
fair
him.
call.
Oh,
Anyway,
actually,
gents,
Rob's a sneakerhead now.
he is. He has one
I
piece.
have
three
three pairs,
Oi.
All the same?
pretty much.
No, that's
They're different colours.
Are they all Reebok?
They're all New Balance or something.
No,
Asics?
Asics.
All
Hey.
Asics?
Yep.
the other
Good for your
dad
feet.
shoes.
So I bought them in Melbourne, and I went in, and the guy says to me, he goes, "Hey, you're a Lions fan?" I'm like, no shit, mate. I got 5 Lions shirts on and all the rest of it. And he goes,
Why'd you have 5 line
I
shirts
don't,
on?
you know what
It's
I mean?
Melbourne.
Just-
The weather
Oh,
changes
okay.
every
yeah,
couple
and he
hours.
says, "Oh, we sell shoes to Chris Fagan here all the time." So
There you go.
He might have even tried my shoes on. You never know.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yep.
Are they racist
Welcome,
shoes?
everyone, to
Oh,
an
Too early?
interesting.
you
No.
can't say that.
Can't say. No, because everyone got cleared. Well done, and welcome back to work, Mr. Fagan.
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't get cleared. They just got come back to work.
They just welcome back to work, and they brushed it under the carpet, which is what the AFL do.
Oh, ouch.
Anyway, g'day guys.
Get that as
Brett
a headline.
McCallum here from Platinum Standard Grading. The big boss man, Robert Verhoeve, on my right. The bigger boss man, Christopher Bilston, on his right. And then our superstar rapper, number 2 still?
No. No. That
Got
was
to
for
number
like
2,
2
though.
3 days, yeah.
Yeah, we've got number 2.
That's
That's
still
pretty
right.
Who's
impressive.
number
It's
2
still
now?
going nuts
We've
on.
got Pugs.
going nuts on
as well.
Spotify.
The
still,
Mojo
so-
Singers.
Sorry?
I said, and Pugs,
And Pugs.
And Pugs.
who had a number 2. And I wasn't here last week, gents, because of some family issues, so I really appreciate everyone jumping on board. I did listen.
We
And
know.
I did hear you say, I bet you he's not going to listen. And then I did hear you say, let's take the piss out of him anyway, I think it went. And then that was from him.
Yeah, obviously.
And
yeah.
then there was some other stuff that happened. And
also want
Did we?
to.
But so I want to pick holes in the podcast and something we need to improve.
Yeah.
It's really cool when we crack a box, and we're going to today. I'll explain that in a sec. But the fact is, when you're listening to guys cracking a box of cards,
Oh, do we get
On
quiet, don't we?
Spotify. Yeah.
all you hear is, "Oh, that's so cool," and then it goes quiet, and then it goes, "Open the pack." That was a good pack
So
sound.
go to YouTube.
And so you can watch it on YouTube, or we could commentary through the card opening, so we can actually tell people what they are.
That's true. We could. That I did. Yeah, it's a
Could.
good point.
We
it's a
will.
really good point.
So what we're going to crack later is a box of Donruss Soccer that was bought at Mint.
Mint Collectibles,
So
one
I
of our
had
great
the-
submission partners.
I had
Sup,
the
Zach?
pleasure this week of meeting Zach for the first time. I did get lost, but I found the shop in the end. It was directly across the road from where I was standing. I rang Zach and said,
Well,
"Where
got
are
lost in
you?"
The one. The
It's just
main
one
road
street,
of-
yeah.
I was standing on the other side of the road, and I rang him and I said, "G'day, mate. Where are you?" And he goes, "What are you looking at?" And I said the name of the shop, and he goes, "Yeah, we're next door." I went, "Okay." So I went across, and he was opening up the door. Great little shop, though.
Yeah, it's
How
awesome.
much stock is there?
Oh, mate, it was
1
so
million.
good.
There's just cases after cases.
It was
one of those.
so good. Really really enjoyed it, and I did refrain and only end up buying some soccer stuff. So
Did you drop into Reaper on the way back?
just have to rudely interrupt for 1 second.
That's great.
Marianne Bilston from London has just said, "Don't forget to put the bins out, Chris."
Yeah, it's midnight.
That's actually good
Nice.
because
Yeah.
I'll have to remember as well.
Yeah,
There we go. Thanks.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
they're exactly where we left them last time at the door. Haven't
I'm
even
sure
ta-
they are.
There's like a
haven't even-
post-it note on the
haven't
front
even
door or
taken
something.
them around the gate. I just left them at the front gate.
Has
Because
there?
that's the easiest way to put your new stuff in.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
reckon
but
there's
also
any
I
new stuff
went
because
to
he's eating out
Melbourne.
the whole time.
I went out to
Yeah, just
Melbourne
leave
and
them
then only came back like Wednesday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
No.
last weekend you're in Melbourne.
Yeah, the holiday, not a work trip. So
Yeah. But
Stuff-
so was
stuff
Mary
like
Ann.
that, jumper.
No. I'm actually
yeah.
quick because she's been to Bali,
Yep.
to Melbourne,
Yep.
now to London.
I think she's going a couple of other places. She's
Yeah.
in Malta,
Malta.
Portugal.
We should get her to do a vlog, like Harry Bungler in the Wild type vlog.
Tell you what, more people would tune into that
They would, wouldn't they?
than this.
The Marianne Bilston show. It's even got like a ring to it.
It sounds very 1960s.
It does, doesn't it?
You right?
Rob's in a lot of pain
I'm
today,
fine.
guys.
The drugs have worn off.
Oh,
haven't
they have worn off.
So how'd you do your back, Rob?
No idea. I wish I knew. Just
Because Christopher and I have got a very
this is going to be good.
no, we've got a theory about exercise.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
don't do it. It's bloody
Our
dangerous.
theory of exercise is that it's really dangerous.
Oh yeah.
So mine is the fact that every time I exercise, I hurt myself or my family hurts themselves. His is that everyone gets shot out the front of gyms.
All the bikies that get executed, it's always them
great.
coming out the gym.
I
It's
remember
like,
the first time
no
you told
one's
me
getting
that.
shot at Macca's
It's
or
so true.
KFC. Or
See, it's like it's a really good philosophy, I reckon.
The first time you
It
told me
makes
that, I was
sense.
like shaking my head, and then I thought about it. I went, "How many times do you hear that?"
yeah,
Yeah.
especially in Sydney, like every
Oh, and the Gold Coast too.
Well,
The
The
gyms
bikies
have
get
trouble
Back in the day.
Really?
Back in the day, oh, yeah.
Well, I would know.
We've outlawed
Obviously don't go
them
to
now.
so-
Well, it's like even my doctor, when I got diagnosed with the
The heck?
stage 2 arthritis,
Mm.
he was like, and they tell you sports is good for you. He goes, nah.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you.
So,
Oh, it's very, very true. Marianne Bilson also said she was in Sydney to see Bruno Mars.
Oh,
that's
that's
right.
I knew
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
something.
We missed
else.
one. G'day.
So she's been to Mars as well.
She has. Well, hey.
other one,
That'll
blue,
do. No,
blue,
that'll
blue.
do.
Bugger. Bugger. Anyway, g'day Wishy Damien. G'day Morgan Evans 86 has joined us as well.
More the sport.
So we might find that Rob's a little bit quiet today and you might hear some moans and groans.
Oh,
So Christopher's told me that he's going to step up today, Rob.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
going to take control.
That's a lie. I said I've
um,
got nothing for this podcast this week.
and we
This week.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Exactly.
What's been going on?
Lots and lots, mate. I tell you what, I went to Mint, had a look Mint, good, and then come back past Reaper Collectibles.
Oh, nice.
Should have checked the website because they were shut.
Oh,
It's a good spot though.
it is a good
Where
spot.
they are, yeah. It reminds me it's very factory like.
Yep.
Where they are, but it I think they'll go good in North.
They've
North
been going for a
Lakes,
while,
is it?
yeah. They've been doing well there for a while. So
Is it North Lakes? I think it's
North-
North Lakes. It's North Brisbane anyway.
North Lakes, no, North
Yeah.
Lakes.
And but yeah, no, they look like they're doing good up there. So that's great. They're one of our newest submission partners.
They certainly are.
Good job.
And what about you, Pugs? What have you been up to this week? Anything exciting?
Just
happening?
lots of work, getting excited for an upcoming trip,
Work trip.
work trip. Oh, we calling it a work trip. I like
It is a
that.
work trip.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, just, working and doing all the fun stuff.
Christopher.
Chris.
I was in Melbourne last week.
Did you go to any card shops down there?
I went outside of Nico.
Outside. Just
Yeah.
give them a wave.
No, I was waiting for an Uber, and I looked up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, there's Nico cards." And my Uber was 2 minutes away, so that's
you
as
didn't go
close
in?
I got. to
Should
the
have just
card
cancelled
shop.
your Uber and then walked in.
Nah, I wasn't that interested. I was more interested in going for a beer, so did that.
Dom McFarlane's joined, Shane Sharks, and Mint
Hey,
Collectibles,
Mint's
who
here.
we've
Yes.
just been talking about.
Just
His
spooked him
ears
for
were
5
burning.
minutes.
We spooked him
Yeah.
for 5 minutes. It doesn't turn up till after it.
Yeah.
But welcome, guys.
Watch the replay.
So on YouTube because it's much better.
Yeah.
So no Nico cards?
Nah, nothing.
No card shops at all?
No card.
You
nothing.
bought any cardboard this week?
This year?
This week?
This week? No, I don't think so.
Well, doesn't that depend if you bought any because you sent it all to his Ship My Cards?
That's a very good point. I actually had a great shipment from Ship My Cards this week. It was an absolute cracker.
And you received it on a Saturday?
No,
Is that
I
right?
only got given it from him on the
Oh,
Sunday.
okay.
Yeah.
That's why. But we also all went to see Luc Longley.
How good
Hey,
was
oh,
that?
yeah.
The Luc Longley event up in Brisbane.
Well, 3 of us went
Yeah.
yeah, because he was in Melbourne.
on a holiday.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
But there were some prize winners from local card shop.
There was. We had Pete.
Yep.
Pete and,
And his son?
yeah, Jack. Why can't I remember Jack's
Yeah.
name?
I have no idea. I was calling Pete's son.
Jack's a cool little dude.
Yeah.
And then we had Matt as well.
Excellent.
Our painter extraordinaire for the paint of the front door.
Excellent. And you had Ben and a couple of the other
So
staff
Ben and
were
Tenny,
there.
yeah, a few of the staff, and Ben's brother came along.
Yeah.
So no,
So was there anyone else there? Any other celebrities?
no, I didn't see anyone. Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I saw a
Jason,
photo
mate.
Who?
of you.
Jason.
I didn't have my photo taken with Brian Curl.
No, there was
That
someone
Brian
else.
Curl was there.
Brian
I know.
Curl, yeah.
Had a big
Sam
chat to Brian
McKinnon.
Curl.
Card guy said he wished he had went to that event. Did you
He
not
sh-
invite him? Come on,
You're a
Rob.
dog, mate.
Kill me. Kill me. I'll tell you what, talk about events and inviting people.
Yeah.
That card guy,
Yeah.
it's his fiance's place where we're having the trade day.
Oh, the trade day. Looking forward to
Trade
that.
day, local card shops trade night
trade night
yeah,
with PSG grader will be there
on the night.
on the night to have a look at people's cards to
Nice.
see if they are. of
And
the-
are we giving advice on whether they should get them graded or
Yeah.
not? That's a
Yeah.
great idea.
Yep.
So it's not a pre-grade.
no, it's just
No,
a-
it's just to
more
look
of
over
a-
it, I guess.
Shits and giggles, have a look. Let's put that one in.
yeah. So I mean, because often pugs will have a look at a card and straight away you'll go, no, look, the edges are a little bit flawed here and here. The best you can probably hope for is maybe an 8. Well, someone might pull out another card and
So what's the best way for them to bring them pugs on the night? Just in like a one touch, or
Always in
rather
a top loader.
In a top loader.
Yeah, top load. Yeah, well, just
penny sleeve,
in any protection that's decent. So just
penny
have a look
sleeve,
at
top
it.
loader.
Yeah.
Durex.
Yep, Durex.
Moving right along. But
Sandwich bag.
how good was Luc Longley? I've always looked up to him as a sportsman.
Yep.
Yeah.
But now
Everyone looks up to him as
everyone
a
does.
sportsman.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the?
Boom Tish. Yeah. That's the
A
one.
bit late, but that's good.
But I look up to him more as a person now. Some of the stories that he said,
Yeah, it's pretty
and
amazing.
some of the battles
isn't it?
he's been through himself was
From
a
a mental health
fantastic
point
night.
of view.
Yeah, so it was definitely an awesome night.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
a lot I thought that the venue was great.
Did you?
Yeah, I loved it.
Hated it with
You
a
hated
passion.
it.
I just
thought it
love
was
the
great.
fact we're driving there and we're like, we're in the middle of nowhere. Even though that's
Yeah.
where my dad used to live in Wynnum, but you're still like, this is
Yeah.
nowhere.
Did you like it?
But it was
Why-
great.
Why did you like it?
I thought
Because
it
it
was
was laid
awesome.
back.
Yeah.
It was laid back and,
Okay.
you can go up and get some food at the, whatever that thing was. The
Bar was
kitchen.
right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was
I didn't
pretty cool.
mind it at all for something which for me, it keeps the price point down to a reasonable level so the average punter can go along.
Yeah, see, I think I've been a bit spoiled because I went and saw him also in Tasmania.
Was that in an
That
auditorium?
was theatre style.
Yep.
See, that's
And
kinda
I
cool.
think theatre style with one big screen behind him, which was the fireplace and that stuff,
Yep.
I think that was better just from a interaction point of view. But, that venue was interesting. I don't know
It's
about
a wedding.
sitting
It's a
around
wedding
ta-
venue.
Sitting around table, but it was in the middle of nowhere as well. They got a great crowd
Yeah,
for,
that was
for where
awesome.
it is.
Was it packed? Was it?
Yeah, it was
I think
chocolates.
so. It was.
Yeah, 200 to 300 people, and every table was full. There were
Yep.
people standing up the back and stuff.
Yeah, they had
So-
to bring in
good.
little bar tables.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
that's cool.
it was excellent. Yeah, so from that side of things, it was really well done. And a massive shout out to friends of the show, Chris Anstey and Chris Feeney, for putting that on. They did an amazing thing. But to come out the back end of that is obviously going to be, and I didn't bring them with me, the PSG auction. We're moving not away from Beyond Blue, but we're actually going to be looking after Luke's charity.
Oh, awesome.
Charity of choice.
Fortnight,
Yep.
Flourish. Which is Flourish, another mental health charity. And we're going to be, we're doing one or two? One of each?
I think one of each.
Let's put 2 up.
Okay, so what happens is that there was 13 cards made specifically for the Luc Longley event. One in an Australian uniform, one in a Bulls uniform. One signed in silver pen, one signed in gold pen. They are certified from Platinum Standard Grading because we were there when he signed them. And yeah, they're amazing. I just love them. The cards are done very, very well. So they're going to go for auction, and all proceeds will go to
Flourish.
Flourish, the mental health organisation.
Yep,
That
we'll have
Luc
that
Longley
auction.
himself backs.
We'll have that auction up tomorrow.
Yep.
And it will run for 2 weeks.
Excellent.
So give it a little bit of time to get a bit of traction. So if you,
They auctioned some of them off at the other shows, didn't they, as well?
Yeah, and they went for like $350, $400.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, nice.
That was sort of. I think we can get a lot more though,
Yep.
because I think obviously going to it's kind of the same cause, but
Well, to a bigger audience. as
it's a
well.
bigger audience at the same time. We've got actual card collectors that are keen.
and we got the last ones.
We have.
These are the last ones. There's no more after these.
I reckon that card guy would be up for a bit, wouldn't you? What do you
Well-
reckon? Mint, actually, I reckon they'd look great on the shelves at Mint Collectibles,
I think they'd look outstanding.
wouldn't they? And that nice little cabinet he's got next to the start there, I reckon Mint Collectibles, they'd look awesome. So
One of a kind.
a nice big
13
one
of a
there.
kind.
So what was the best thing you got out of a Longley event?
For me, it was the story about getting into the cab.
Oh, and the guy didn't know who
The
he
guy
was.
didn't know who he was, and it kind of
That was great.
gave him a bit of perspective on, who he actually was. He was just another person.
Oh, he's the guy in Perth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't tell me you told the same story again.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So in
I
a
think it'll be
nutshell,
very similar.
the cab driver was a massive 90s Bulls fan, and he was talking about the Bulls in the 90s and stuff, and he goes to him, did you know there was an Australian on that team? And he goes, no, I didn't, mate. And it was actually him. So that was pretty cool. Pugs, what did you get out of it?
I just loved all the stories, like in the background stories where like he's hanging out with like Dennis Rodman and getting up to mischief with Dennis and all that kind of thing. Because Dennis is one of my favorite players, so it was kind of cool to hear. Like, but also sad to hear like all the struggles that Dennis goes through. But Luke was right there, I guess, like helping him out and encouraging him to keep going. And
I
all
think
that
he was
kind of
also helping him out partying as well.
yeah, that too.
One of the things that happened, Christopher, that you missed was that a guy got pointed out in the crowd, and he said to him, are you filming this?
Yeah.
Turn your camera off. And it was really harsh.
Who was it?
I don't know, someone. But it was really harsh, but he was telling stories that he didn't want to be on social media, obviously.
Yeah,
And
completely understandable.
but everyone in the crowd just went, yeah, fair enough. There was no backlash over it.
Tell you what, though, he had a crack at me.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he say?
How about my
because of your
shirt?
T-shirt.
Oh, that's right, he did.
I had
too.
the
Everyone had a crack at that T-shirt.
What t-shirt were you
I had the Utah Jazz T-shirt on. He said,
The undefeated Utah Jazz.
no,
No,
the
they got beat.
recently defeated.
Oh.
And he said to me, he goes, you should be kicked out. I said, mate, you broke my heart twice in the 90s. Don't break my heart again and kick me out. He said, yeah, fair call, and let me stay.
I also like with the guy who was filming and he told him to turn it off. When they had the intermission, Luke's actually come down and like shook the guy's hand like straight after.
Oh, did he
like,
really?
Yeah, he was like, yes, all good, mate. And the other guy, oh, sorry. And he's like, no, it's all good, mate.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Mate, I love the fact, obviously, my son had a minor accident last week.
Which is why you weren't here.
Yeah, and but I brought him to the event in a wheelchair, and we stood him up for a photo, and like we're trying to work it out. And Luke goes, "No, I've got him," and he just held him, and so one-handed, obviously, just held him on the back. But the fact that he's like just such a good guy,
Yeah, he's really
lovely.
personal.
Yeah, it was really nice. But there was that one bigger star there, Christopher, at this show, and that star,
Besides Big Rom.
yeah,
Brian Curl.
and Brian Cole.
Sam
There
McKinnon.
was a Brownlow medal winner.
There was a Brownlow medalist.
in the audience, and the fanboying that I saw happen,
It's
Mate,
disgusting. He does it every
it
time.
was outrageous. I'm going to say,
From both Pete and Rob.
hey, and it's like the fact
It's true,
that
actually. Pete was the one.
do you know the best comment? And this is Jason Ackermanis was there, and Rob's obviously a massive Lions fan. And some bloke goes to him on the way out. This is before you come over, actually, and he said, "Oh, I need to make sure I get your number." And he goes, "Just look at one of my signs. I'm a real estate agent now."
Yeah.
yeah, he still does the handstands.
Oh,
When you sell a house.
When he
goes
sells a
out-
house,
Oh,
he does
really?
a handstand
That's
in front
great.
of the sign.
what a dickhead.
Hey.
No, I'm only joking. I love you, mate. No, but I went over to him and I said to him, "Look, I'm one of your biggest fans here." And the fact that this bloke absolutely adores everything
Big fan, Rob?
everything you've ever done. And this guy, he's looking around for a little kid to come over. I said, no, it's the big unit walking towards us. And I said, do you mind if he gets a photo? He won't ask you. And he goes, I said, come on, Rob, get a photo. And Rob's going, no. I said, go on, Rob. And so I made Rob get a photo with Jason Ackermanis. And it's now on the front of his fridge, I think, full size.
Yeah.
No, on my fridge is a photo of me and Martina Hingis.
Is that the one that got stabbed?
No,
No.
that was
No,
Monica
that's-
Sellers.
yeah.
Well, he's
So
on
it would have to be a
Send
really
that
good
photo.
photo to get Martina off.
Really?
Yeah, I stalked her
So where did you find Martina Hingis?
at Royal Pines. We stalked her for 3 days, and every day she walked past.
You're joking.
No, serious. And we said, can we get a photo with you? This is before the days of mobile phones. And every day was, no, right? And we kept walking. Third day, she goes, look, if I stop and take my photo with you, will you leave me alone? I go, maybe. She goes, that's good enough. And she had a photo taken with us, and that photo was in the fridge.
How
you
old
and
were
Jen,
you?
or just you?
Me and a mate of mine, Vorne.
And
He
so,
was the one that worked out where they walk after the games and all the rest of it, and we're in the bow.
So he's the stalker.
Yeah, I was the stalker's assistant.
The accomplice.
Yeah, I was, mate, when he said what we're doing, I'm going, yeah, I'm in. Don't worry about that.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, no, that'd be. But the other one, like, and I've said the name twice because it was an absolute pleasure to meet Brian Curl as well.
Yeah.
So, for those newer to the game of basketball, Brian coached
Absolute legend.
Yeah, coached the Bullets to their championships and coached the Boomers. He reminded Luc Longley that he cut Luke's dad from the
Yeah, from the Boomers team.
That's
the Boomers
right.
team,
Yeah.
back in the old days.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
for me, and I know Brett yourself as well, Curly had Curly's Curly Sports Store, and then it became Curly's Sports Card Store
That's
in
right.
Brisbane. So I had a good chat to him about sports cards, and
I believe he's coming to visit you.
he will be coming to the local card shop. Yeah, so
That's awesome.
we're going to get him when the NBL cards are released.
Lovely.
So he'll come into the store. He'll sign some autographs for those inclined that way. We'll just have a photo with a really big human.
Where
and-
was the shop in Brizzy?
His
Shane
shop.
was-
His shop.
Where was it?
Yeah.
In the My Centre.
Oh, okay.
So back in the day, and I'll tell you what, they must have done some turnover to be paying that rent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
So, but it was always chockers, and it was
Really?
always, and he was always in it.
Did you
And
used to buy cards there,
Yeah,
obviously?
hell yeah, yeah. It was. That's the only place you could buy cards. Oh, there was there and a place in the valley, but that place was really dodgy.
Not much has changed.
No.
Isn't that funny though? Because like a lot of ex-athletes, that's where they went into merchandise, and that's like what's the Parramatta player?
Peter Wynn.
Peter Wynn.
Yeah, Peter
Yeah.
Wynn's like store, one of the biggest in Sydney,
Yeah.
and he's still going.
Yep.
Like all those years
I
later.
saw him when we were down in Sydney. He was on the TV because Parramatta made the finals.
Yep.
and that's the person they interview all the time, because he was selling all these T-shirts.
So speaking of Parramatta, then in Westfield,
Yep.
obviously I saw an ad come out this week. You're going back down, or someone's coming back down.
Yeah, I
to,
better organise a flight for that actually. Otherwise, I'll be driving.
work
again.
trip.
to return.
Return the
cards.
cards. Yeah,
Work trip.
yeah, absolutely, it is. Absolutely, this one is. Yeah, we're going back on the 12th of November. So anyone who got some cards graded by us will drop cards in. They're currently in the final stages of being done at the moment.
Excellent.
And we'll have them back there on the 12th of November. Anyone who can't get there, we've already had one person email in, and we'll send you an invoice for some postage, and we'll
Get a
sort that
post out to you.
Yeah, whatever suits. We
A few
almost
of them, yeah.
got the platinum 10.
Almost got
No.
But don't tell them what kind of card it is, because
No.
that'll give it away, because
Yeah.
it is a quite a
How
unique
close?
card.
like 0.5.
Yeah, but was it a 0.5 or like 0.1? I know
Well,
it goes as a 0.5, but was it
It-
really, really close?
it's close enough, yeah.
Is it was it closer than that Dragon Ball we had that time?
That Dragon Ball
Uh,
was close.
The one-eyed
That-
Jez
yeah.
actually saw the dint.
It was just one little dent. No, that was probably the closest, but this one was
centering,
centering,
wasn't it?
so you can't really.
Which
nudge
is
it up a bit.
unfortunate
Yeah.
because it's normally a surface issue or a corners or edges.
Oh, wow.
Centering is normally when you hit the centering 10, you go, okay, well, we're probably still going to struggle.
So they
somewhere
got
else.
a 10 still.
Yeah, still got a 10.
Still got a 10, but
Yeah,
not the platinum.
absolutely.
Wow. What's that? What are we now?
Is it,
15,
is
16
it a valuable
months?
card?
Pardon?
Like, is it a really valuable card?
It is
or-
now.
Yeah, it is now. It's a PSG, mate. Number one.
And we're just getting a delivery here from Daddy Longneck.
Is this?
Thanks,
Thanks,
So
Daddy.
does while he's in the room, Daddy Longneck, do you know what's actually happening in Adelaide? Have you heard of what the challenge is yet?
Oh,
Okay, so what I've done is I've set a challenge for all of our listeners on the podcast that they have to find you at the South Australian Card Show or Comic-Con. We did it for both.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have to
do
get
both. That sounds
a
good.
photo with you and your autograph, and then I'll give them a card graded for free. So the boys said that you'd already have pre-done autographs.
Yeah, as he-
I do.
If he doesn't know the challenge, does he not listen to the podcast for the last 2 weeks?
Mm.
Oh. Oh, I didn't know there was an autograph. We knew there was something happening.
he saved
there, though.
himself.
That's good.
Oh, excellent.
Is it your birthday, Rob?
No, it's not.
When's your birthday,
when's your
Rob?
birthday, Rob?
In the future.
Okay.
Hey, Daddy, when's his birthday?
Saturday, everyone.
Saturday.
It is
How old are you turning?
100.
180.
No, Jen and I are celebrating our 100th
99.
birthday between us.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
So she's only 32.
Yeah,
that's
that's right.
32,
It's
yeah,
60.
Are you guys born the
Why
same
not?
day?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, like, that's pretty cool if you were.
Oh, look at this.
That is awesome.
Oh, that's one of the greatest.
That is super special.
What
Her song's
comes
about to
straight
go
to your head?
viral again.
I was just about to say it's the worst time of year.
All I want for Christmas
Their
is
fucking
Mariah
song
Carey.
gets-
That is so good.
Well, you got it for your birthday instead.
He's brought in a Mariah Carey pop vinyl, which he rang me before and he said, "Who do you like more, Freddie Mercury or Mariah Carey?" And I was expecting some kind of joke if I said Freddie Mercury.
$23.
I know. That made him special. I'm going to put Mariah
Paying
just
him
here.
too much.
Do you think I'm going to get that on an invoice?
Most likely.
On a receipt?
He's got to get the receipt. Yeah.
An expenses
Most
receipt.
likely.
Jeez.
Happy 25th birthday
she's
for
in-
Saturday.
She's in rollerblades and all.
Pretty
And
awesome.
Benno Manning's just joined us as well. G'day, Benno Manning.
Hey, let's talk some sport.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to defer to Pugs. What do you want to talk about? You know what I want to talk about, so just throw to that, will you?
Utah Jazz.
No.
I don't know.
We're rubbish.
Cricket.
What did we talk about before we came in?
I don't remember. I don't remember what I was talking about like 3 seconds ago.
Are you seeing the Phoenix Suns playing when you go?
No.
No.
Dallas Mavericks?
Yes.
Yes.
See, we see the Mavs play twice.
Oh, no.
Yes,
the
sir.
Pelicans. Do you see the Pelicans
No,
play?
we're
No, we missed
oh,
the
Daniel
Pels.
Dyson. Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels and
whatever.
Jock Langdale. Yes,
How's
mate.
Jock
Yeah,
Landale
Jock.
today?
It was his
What did he do
birthday.
today?
He backed it up, 17 points, 22 minutes, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks, something like that.
And he had 17 yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was his birthday
He
yesterday.
missed
Really?
the game winner the
Yeah.
other day too. Like he actually had the chance of a game winner.
I went on
And I was
to...
like, oh, if he
So
hit
I'd
that.
like to thank those people in America who have no idea who Jock Landale is and don't care.
Mm.
Because I went and bought a rookie auto of his off COMC last night for $5.95.
Woo!
Oh, well done.
That's
I was
awesome.
pretty happy with that.
On card or sticker?
I think
This
it was
sticker.
sticker.
Yeah.
I think it was out of Chronicles last year.
Most stuff these days is a sticker.
Yeah.
Oh, I did get
Unfortunately.
that nice Lauren Jackson
Oh,
on
that's
card
beautiful.
auto the other day. That
I
was,
may have bought a Lauren Jackson auto when I was on COMC last night as well.
Okay.
A Fleer one.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nice,
I saw that
yeah.
and went, it was a bit more than $5.95, but
Yeah.
shout out to Jen who's not watching.
How much was it, mate? Tell us.
It was $23 or something, wasn't it?
No, that's a
Wasn't
steal.
ridiculous. Yeah, I
That's a
was
bargain.
really happy with that. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so the boys representing Australia really well over in the States.
Well,
now.
Dyson got a heap because there was a couple out injured. He got a heap.
Yeah,
of
you got
minutes,
good.
didn't he?
You got there was Brandon Ingram out, there was Zion out, and there was Troy Murphy.
and,
I
and
think.
they touched
then,
up the
so
Mavs.
they got Dyson in, and they
He scored some
did
points.
pretty sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was double figures.
I think he got
Double figures.
11. He was really good defensively.
Got a
And
couple steals.
The
And
commentators were just talking him up,
Yeah.
saying,
That's
we know
so
he's a
good.
top draft pick, but we didn't expect to see this so well.
I have a whole heap of Dyson Daniel cards upstairs, autos.
Do you?
If anyone
Yeah,
would
the
like
money
to
ones.
buy them,
They're pretty
Yes,
cool.
Up for sale. He's a little man that's just joined
Hey,
us on the podcast. That's Baxter.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Hoppy.
Isn't he?
Hoppy.
That's cool.
Poppy, is that what we call
No,
him?
he's still home because he can't
Oh, 'cause
actually
he
get
can't.
around properly yet, even though he got new cast and stuff today. But
So
So
we,
let-
we
Yeah,
were
welcome
calling him
back, sir.
Hot Wheels, but now it's
wheels are gone.
now it's Hoppy.
Now it's limpy.
So the poor kid, his leg went one way and his body went the other way.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Then
I told him
landed
that
on
when
his
you do a
wrist.
crossover, you're meant to make the other person fall over.
Not
Yeah.
yourself.
So that's what he's trying to do. Is doing
Yeah,
a
no,
move.
he's doing a spin move, he reckons.
Yeah.
And then today he said, but at least the shot went in.
I
It was
did.
like, you
Oh,
had
that-
no idea.
that's the
'Cause I
first thing he
reckon
told me
as
as
soon
well.
as you pop your knee, you're on the ground.
Oh yeah, 100% you are.
So, and
Some little arsehole was taking photos of
Yes.
him on the ground.
yeah, I got a
and
video of it.
putting
Oh
on.
what?
No, like
Yeah, at
as
school.
in like, yeah, look at me.
Yeah. Well, I think they put
TikTok
rest
or
in
something.
peace Baxter on it.
Yeah, he was. R.I.P. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I would have been doing the same thing actually when I
Mate,
was
and
a
I
kid.
hear Ben Simmons hurt his back today or yesterday.
Oh,
I
that
don't-
goes out to him.
What? Yeah, well, there you
He
go.
was playing
He's-
today.
Oh, I don't
So
know.
maybe he might just a little bit of stiffness or
A
whatever.
twinge or something. Yeah, no, I read that on Twitter earlier.
Oh, the
It
Twitter.
must be true.
The Twitter sphere.
Must be true.
bad
What do you think
for
about
my
the cricket, Rob?
investments.
Which bit?
The fact that England got beat by Ireland, I love that. That's
So-
one of my favourite moments.
So Adam Hollyoake had
Friend
some
of the show?
Yeah, friend of the show, and he had some choice.
Name drop.
Yep, he had some choice words for me the other day, and called me something nasty. And then last night when I saw the result, I said to my wife, I said, "Oh, I can't wait to get to work. I'm going to give it to Adam." And she goes, "And you wonder why he picks on you?" Good one, Jen.
So
Yeah,
he
but,
bully you, mate.
yeah, he
That's
does a
great.
little bit.
Bullying.
Well, you were there too. You
Yeah,
joined
I
in.
was, I was laughing.
But what a result for the Irish.
What'd they end up doing? I
They
didn't see
beat
the
them in-
end score.
So Ireland ended up with 157.
Oof.
They should have made a heap more. They lost 7 for 26 or something at the end.
Mhm.
And England just really
Well, shit.
shitted
Did nothing,
it up.
yeah.
It was the old Duckworth Lewis, though, wasn't it? Rain play.
They weren't going to
Yeah.
make them anyway. They weren't. I don't think going to make them anyway.
There's been like 3 games called like
Yeah, 3
cancelled
already.
because of the weather. Stop playing
And-
games in Melbourne.
Oh, exactly.
Well, play 'em at Marvel.
in the
Yeah.
rainy season.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a stadium with a roof.
Big
kids.
bloody roof.
The thing I did hate about the cricket this week is the game that was in Perth was on Perth time. Normally it's on Eastern Seaboard time.
Yeah, I heard
So I watched the first innings and
Yeah.
fell asleep.
you watched the first inning, sent out some choice
I did.
messages about
And I
a few
reckon
people.
the Australian captain should be sacked.
Someone else has said that.
That was Mark Waugh.
Yeah.
They're two great cricket minds. Between us, we have a whole heap of Ashes winnings. I've never played any. But
Thanks, Goxie.
That's like me and my photo with
Is
Luc
your-
Longley the other day. We
is
had
your
3
brother-
championship
rings
rings.
between you,
Yeah.
Your brother 20 times better than you as well.
yeah, 100%. Only a bullshit.
Shout out, Junior War. Not having a dig, just
I actually reckon Mark Waugh was better than Steve Waugh,
in the-
Oh,
in-
talent-wise,
in the
absolutely.
slips.
talent-wise.
Talent-wise, Mark Waugh was far better than Steve Waugh.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually,
Steve Waugh mentally just
I
was
actually had a Mark Waugh bat.
Yeah, that's Reef.
Milf's inbound.
Yeah, good old Reefy.
a reef.
Okay, and Benny Allen said Ireland's the dark horse. But
Yeah, he would because he wears green.
so Australia weren't playing the best, then they played okay, then they were good, and then
No, we weren't good at all.
the captain came on to
And
bowl
he-
the last over, and they scored 20 runs
Yeah.
off the last over.
It is in
And there was
2020 though.
Yeah, it does
20's
happen.
not even. It's good, but it's not great.
was
Well,
the worst
I'd say it's
over. It was the worst over of the innings.
Of the innings,
Of the innings.
there's only 20 overs. So
Yeah, but still, and he bowled 3 wides.
He did bowl some pies.
I called him Hansi Cronje, which is probably a little bit harsh.
Yeah, because he hadn't been in a plane accident. But you also had a crack at Finch at the same time,
I did.
right? Which was a remarkable crack because 10 minutes later he went out to bat and had one of the worst innings I've ever seen.
How can he have a worse innings than duck,
Because
duck,
At
and
one
then
stage-
duck, one?
at one stage I turned to the good wife and I said he should just turn around and kick his stumps and go. He was so like you're chasing 8 and over, and he's the opening batsman, and he used up 8 overs himself and made 30 runs.
He was getting established.
he must
Yeah.
be a really good captain because that's kept
Well,
him in the team for
To be fair,
5 years.
I don't think you were on the podcast when I may have
No, I try to avoid him.
called out Aaron Finch as being a spud to Adam Hollyoake, and Adam Hollyoake said that he's one of the best
Captains.
captains that there are.
Interesting.
He said he's a ripper bloke and a great leader. So
Jay, speaking of leaders in the Pokemon world,
JCS Toys, you must be talking about.
Toys have just joined us. G'day, guys.
Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny,
but
John.
Stoinis, did you see Stoinis?
Mate, Stoinis interests me. He doesn't interest me. I don't like him. I'm not a fan.
Because
But he
he's
can't-
so good looking.
But he comes out.
He
and
calls himself the specimen.
He does, yeah. But he comes out one
I like
game
that.
and has a game like that, right? What do you get? 58 off 18 or something. An absolute cracker. Or he'll bowl really, really well. So therefore he's an all-rounder. But have you ever seen him bowl really well and bat really well in the same game? And have you ever seen him play more than 1 or 2 games in a row where he actually does something? I don't get it.
That's an interesting question.
Well, he's in the wrong position batting, number one.
100%.
He should be opening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Him and Warner.
Yeah.
Finch should drop to 4.
Finch drop out of the team.
I agree.
Yeah, bring Steve Smith in and he
Yeah.
can go at 4.
And can
And
Smith
if you-
captain.
Nah, you know what? I'm over it. Give it to Warner. That got crickets, didn't
Said
it?
no one ever.
Hey,
He's got his crickets button.
He's been practicing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I don't disagree. But why wouldn't you give it to Smith? he's
Because Smith can hardly keep his spot in
Well,
the
Smith's
T20
not
team.
he's not really a T20 player.
I'd give it to Warner. You look at the way he goes about his T20 cricket.
yeah.
It was phenomenal on whatever night that was. The fielding,
Oh man,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fielding was insane.
it was brilliant.
They would have. I think he took 2 catches where he jumped over the sideline.
Yeah.
Another one where he batted one back.
But that one, it was crazy.
It was pretty impressive.
But yeah, look, I mean, I'm not a fan of Warner. I think what he did was reprehensible, but I also think let him captain the T20 team. He's not going to captain the Test team.
No,
So
no one's going to captain.
I just don't think we have a leader in that T20 team.
Agree. I'm saying. Okay, well, what about rugby league? Because is this the first time in history where there's been Rugby World Cup for women, Rugby League World Cup for women, Rugby League Cup for men, Cricket World Cup, all happening at exactly the same time?
You know, it's funny. New Zealand will probably find a way to lose them all.
You reckon?
Yeah. I remember there was one year where New Zealand lost 3 World Cup finals to Australia,
Love that.
all in one
Good
year.
year.
They won't lose the Soccer World Cup because they never made it. But Australia will do that.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll lose for both. But yeah, I mean, it is an exciting time for world class sport.
But rugby league at the moment, like these scores, like Australia won 80
Oh, it's
the
not
other
good.
day. They there's a couple like I think PNG beat the Cook Islands. That's good on you. Like that, well done. That's 26-12, whatever. They put them up against England or Australia or New Zealand or whatever, and they're going to lose by 80. Is that worth even looking and watching?
Do you know what the ICC? I reckon have nailed it on the head, hit it on the head, hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
With having the minnows play in that week leading up for the cricket.
Yep.
And then you take the best two out of those and you put them into the
So
main
they play like a round robin to see who
Yeah.
makes it into the actual World Cup.
And they might do that because rugby league's a bit different because you got obviously the physical nature of the game.
Well, Jamaica scored their first try ever.
But you might do that 2 months before the main World Cup.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And then you give them a bit of exposure to high-level sport, high-level games, but half a chance of winning one too.
No, I agree.
Because it must be demoralising to lose 88-4 or whatever.
84-0,
84-0.
84-0.
Scotland.
Yeah, and that was only because Cleary missed 4 shots at goal as well.
Did
So, yeah, they would have been...
What a hack.
It
There's
would have
also-
That was it on debut, wasn't it? 28 points.
There's also
Massive.
the All-Ability Rugby League
That's
World Cup
on at the
going
moment
on
as well.
at the same time.
See, I'd rather be watching that because I reckon it'd be better quality football.
Yeah, I think we've played... We got flogged by England.
Oh, really?
Like 48-10.
And there's 8 Gold Coast Titans in that?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that, 7
and
or 8.
then we was closer with New Zealand. We just got pipped by New Zealand. But I think Scotland are in it as well.
That's awesome.
I only know the 14. I've only seen highlights of 2 games. But there's a guy on Twitter or Instagram called Clarky's NRL, and he's been giving updates
on the
about
All-Ability?
it. Yeah, because I haven't seen
League
it.
Ability, it's called.
League Ability, that's
Yeah.
it. I haven't seen it on NRL or whatever.
So we went to a Titans game earlier this year, thanks to PSG, and they played a curtain raiser to the main game.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I love about them, and we have a guy who's a local here, Daniel Ramage, who comes into the card shop occasionally, and he does a AFL team. He coaches an AFL team similar, but it's just their passion for the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just so uplifting to see these guys. And one of them scored a try. The Titans won this game 40-0, and one of them scored a try to go up 32-0. And he's got the crowd. He's like, there's only about 150 people there, but he's giving it to them.
Cheered,
And it was just brilliant. And everyone gets on board and cheers it along, and they love it. So,
and it's great to watch. It's great to watch.
and isn't that
people
what sport's
have-
supposed to be?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, really.
Well, even J-Wall, his brother's involved in that team.
Yeah.
And he wasn't getting a game with the Titans. So he played in that as well. So he just wanted to play because he enjoyed it. And he, like you were saying, everyone just loves playing and it's exciting to play. So
And the fact those kids get to play with an
with
NRL
it,
player.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
I went to the Titans presentation night, and the bit that we loved the most was they actually called up the league ability players that were going to be playing in the World Cup.
Oh, wow.
And they made a really big thing of it. And the best and fairest and that sort of stuff was all announced on the night for the league ability, which is good. I've got a few comments here. Card guy, Jamaica scoring their first try. So good. Yeah, indeed, mate. Benny Allen reckons that Ireland are a dark horse for the Rugby League World Cup and
Ooh.
also the cricket.
Yes.
Zara Canefield should win it for Australia. I don't know what sport that's in. Zara Canefield? No, maybe women's.
Oh, no,
rugby?
she's a that'd be Bailey, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he collects her autos. She's a league player for the Titans.
Zara Canefield.
Pretty sure.
Oh, there you go.
Tell
Didn't know
us
that.
we're right or wrong.
Tell us where. Yeah, indeed.
Either way.
Okay.
Well, did you see the netball?
NRLW. Yeah.
Oh, the netball. The netball.
I
Can someone explain it to me?
No, I can't really. But the thing I love about sport is that all week she's been like the face
Oh,
of
she's
the
been
issue.
slammed for.
Who's
And-
that, Gina?
No,
No,
the player.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Indigenous.
The Indigenous player. I forget
yeah.
her name, but saying, how bad it is. And she, like, unfairly, obviously, but she's been the scapegoat. And then we played last night. Was it last night?
Yep.
And she scores the winning goal.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
Gotta
And-
love sport.
Oh, and that's the thing that I love about it. It's just like, all this shit during the week, but then she goes on the court and obviously performs amazingly and wins the game. And she's only the third Indigenous player to play in the netball team and the first in like 28 years.
28
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, she's obviously super excited and, like, interviewed. And I feel bad for both parties, but, like, the interviewer had to ask the questions like, how's the week? And,
Yeah.
and then goes on and, like, obviously it's emotional. So she's, like, crying and stuff. But just how good it is that, she can overcome all the crap during the week.
Yeah.
Go out and put on a performance and
Do-
then win the game.
Do we want to touch on the crap though?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Because I find it to be a remarkable issue that we've got players dictating who can't sponsor.
Okay,
who
so
can't.
this is
Yeah.
my question, right? As
Yeah.
everyone knows, PSG is the major sponsor of the NBL bid that we're doing here on the Gold Coast. And we're in the process as part of that NBL bid of getting commercial contracts in place, right? So I've got to go to a large organisation and sell a brand on the front of the shirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So are we saying I can't sell that brand on the front of the shirt unless the players agree?
That's what we're saying.
But aren't the
that's what we're
players employed by whoever it is they're employed by that pay their wages, which the wages are actually provided by the sponsor to actually enable them to pay the wages? Is it that, or is it a racial issue? Is there we've gone way too far land rights issue? What's the issue? I don't understand.
I don't think we're going to answer it.
Well, the
Number one,
issue-
I don't think there's one issue either.
Yeah.
There's
But
Who was the
Heaps.
brand? Was it? It wasn't Reinhardt, was it?
yeah, it was.
It was her dad.
Hancock
Mining.
Morning.
Yeah,
Her-
but was
her
that
father-
the original idea?
Her father,
Original
40
problem.
years ago,
Yes.
made some really racist comments,
Yes.
and that's the issue.
So it's not even from now.
But it was 40
No,
years
it's
ago.
40
That's the
years
thing
ago.
that's silly.
And but they're also saying that she didn't come out and
Denounce it.
denounce it.
So,
So there's all these other things as well.
So then she
Should
pulled out
she?
a $15 million sponsorship.
I don't know. I don't
My
know.
old,
know.
my old man said some pretty fucked up stuff. I'm not going to go out and denounce that if someone
Yeah.
comes forward.
But I just don't
You
know.
know what I mean?
I just don't know
Different
where we
times.
draw the line.
Yeah.
Like, I know, I'm sure, like, there's other big brands in the world that have done some horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but see, now we've got in the AFL, we've got Fremantle. Have you heard that one?
No.
They're
So-
pulling out as well.
They've got a group of supporters,
Mm.
pardon me, that are pushing to get Woodside Petroleum taken out because they use fossil fuels. Like, what the hell?
Mm.
This
Well,
is a brand that has supported that club since the start.
Mm. Yeah, and that's the thing that's going to be you're going to run into more.
Well, that card guy says his sponsors pay their wages.
That's right.
So let's tell.
I look at it really simply and say, if you want to ditch $15 million, go and find me $15 million.
Yeah, well, the other thing there is the fact that the netball is in the shit massively anyway. They're so far in debt they don't even know if they're going to have a season or a series next year. It's all about like, well, you've got an opportunity, you're biting yourself on the butt. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Political correctness gone mad. Agree, Penguin Cards, and welcome to the podcast, mate.
But that's like even people that release songs, like let's say rappers and stuff release songs and they might have said spaz in a rap 12 years ago. They're getting called out for it and they're for the derogatory way of putting down spastics or that kind of word. But spaz is a urban hip hop like slang term for like just going nuts. So like
Yeah.
It's not even attached to that.
No, and it's like people are calling them out like, oh, you need to apologize. It's like no, they don't. Like
It's
dumb.
It is political correctness gone
Well,
mad.
things just changed though as well. Like
Everyone's too
like
sensitive.
Years ago, Winfield was sponsoring everything, and tobacco and alcohol was sponsoring, and that's changed. So,
But the thing, what they did there is they made as a league, made a conscious decision to ban certain types of advertising. But they said within the next 3 to 5 years, this is what's going to happen.
They did,
Yeah, it was never, we're not going to play today because we don't like what's written on our shirt. The women's NBA loses $10 million every year. It gets subsidised and stays alive from the NBA.
Yep.
There you go.
Unfortunately for netball,
There's none of that there.
none of that money in there.
AWS cards. Imagine if all AFL or NRL players start protesting Fox Sports from something they did years ago. The billions from sports are all gone.
Holy heck.
Where do you draw the line?
yeah, well, like Messi, and I think it was Ronaldo actually, he doesn't like Coke. So he's removed Coke from a couple of the interviews. Because when they go...
Yeah, when they're
right.
at
They put him in front of him, yeah.
And there's a couple of German... they play in the German Football League. They're Muslim, so they don't drink alcohol. But when they celebrate, they obviously bring champagne and beers. And they just obviously remove themselves from that situation. Even with...
But it's like Michael Jordan when he won 92 gold medal and they had Reebok on their shirt. So he just put the American flag over it to hide it.
There's been like some Muslim, I'm going to say footy players that didn't want to wear certain things, so they just covered it up. Like they can't have gambling. When Sonny Bill played at the Roosters, he couldn't have gambling stuff on his kit, so he just
Put tape over it.
Tape
or something.
over it, yeah.
Look at the Manly jersey issue.
Yeah.
I was going to say we probably should.
Desi,
move on,
Desi
yeah.
lost his job. It's devastating.
Everyone lost their job.
It's atrocious. There needs to be an investigation.
There will be.
Or Kawaja, didn't he tape up the VB logo or something and SPW as well?
Yeah,
I
that was
think so,
actually when we won, we'll say, a test series recently. They were all taking a photo with champagne, and Uzi had to remove himself from the photo, and then Paddy
Put the champagne
put the
away.
champagne. He told everyone,
And
"Come
bring
on,
it
let's
back
get a
in.
photo." Yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously you want to celebrate with your teammates.
So we're going to leave it with that card guy today.
Mm.
From that point of view.
Mm.
As a person of darker persuasion, I don't get offended easily. Makes life a lot nicer, not being triggered constantly.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Just be a good human.
That's all it is.
Doesn't matter what race, colour, creed, Apollo Creed.
Apollo. Creed 3 comes out February 23 next year.
Awesome.
Sensational. Okay, so we're going to crack some cards, boys.
Let's go.
This is the segment we need to fix on this podcast.
Okay.
So I bought these at Mint Collectibles on
Road to the World Cup, Donruss.
Road to the World Cup, Donruss.
You didn't pick
I don't
an
have a
easy product.
How are we going to say the
to
names?
say the names?
It's
and
Burj
explain-
Bakan.
We're going to get Ruby Pagram. How do you spell it, Christopher?
P-A-G-R-A-M.
You say it Pagram. P-A-G-R-A-M.
We're going to get Ruby to pronounce the names for us. What do you reckon? Probably not going to happen.
When is she coming on the podcast?
I asked her today. I got a flat no.
A flat no.
I reckon we
And then I
just.
asked Ziggy.
It's
So-
No.
it's a let's just make
Are
it a
there fat ones?
requirement.
Holy heck, there's a few packs in that.
We'll get to each, and then we'll do the rest later. There you go. Pugs.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start commentating the packs for those playing at home.
So Rob has handed me a red and silver packet with the numbers
Packaging,
21, 22
beautiful
soccer
packaging.
cards.
Not
Hey,
gonna lie to you.
Rubes, take those with Zig, see if there's any shinies in them and bring them back.
Beautiful packaging. There's more quiet time on there.
Anything to stay off the camera.
She does, yes.
I love the
Just
sound of
having a
packs.
Pack has been opened.
JCS just said she's going to edit herself out anyway.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine.
she does that. That's how she.
So what are we looking for here, guys? There's
Soccer cards.
Pitch Kings, love Pitch Kings, Power in the Box, and the Rookies.
Well,
Well, I got a power in the box.
I got something really
Van
shiny.
Zapata.
Oh,
I don't know.
Zapata.
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 Orange label lasers and purple
Whoa.
lasers.
Talking about orange
Oi.
label, purples, and.
What'd you get?
I got a Mufasa. I got Yunus Musa from the United States. Orange. Oh, I should have just turned it over. Oh, how good the Donruss look. We opened up a Donruss pack. What I meant was the optic. The optics look awesome.
Rated
Yeah.
Rookies. I got a shiny. England.
Yeah, an optic. That's
Is that what
awesome.
that is?
Yeah,
Oh, wow, that
Yeah.
looks sick.
They do.
Who'd you get?
I got
Oh, mate.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon that's not bad.
Who's he play for? Everton?
He plays for England.
And I got Elite Series.
Yeah, Elite Series. I got Italy.
Douglas Luiz.
Matteo Pessina.
I got a shiny
Look
shiny.
at that. I
of
should be a translator.
Diego Godin.
While we're opening soccer packs,
Okay, we're getting told we're looking for Haaland, Mbappe, Messi, and Ronaldo.
I got
Okay.
a press-proof Rookie Kings.
Oh,
Andreas Pereira.
I hit a Luca rookie.
Luca.
Sick.
Is it signed by his mum?
No idea. Luca
Worth more.
Ivanovic.
Oh, Pitch Kings James Rodriguez.
I love Pitch
hummus.
Kings.
So do I.
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
Hey, we should give
Spelt James, though.
just a small plug to another podcast. We're talking about soccer. I listened to the Howie games this week.
Oh, how was it?
It was unbelievable with Ange.
Yeah.
So it was Ange part 2 because he's actually interviewed him 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's brought him back to do the post-Australia. So last time was just after they won the Asian Cup. And this time was about going to Japan and Celtic. What a amazing story how he got picked up by Celtic.
Mate, it's insane, isn't it? Did you see he also got interviewed this week and pretty much told the interviewer that the question wasn't relevant to him and then they needed to ask to someone else?
My favourite part
It was so good.
the way he handles the media.
Well, you got some oranges.
is crazy. His first press conference at Celtic, they said,
Yeah.
what does it feel like to be the second pick? And he goes, I wouldn't know. I don't know. He said, I could be the 5th choice. He said, but I'm here now, aren't I?
Love that. Bang.
So, no, great bloke, Ange.
I saw him say, oh, you like champ the guy. He's like, well, I'm not supposed to win the Champions League final first year.
No, he's good. What do we got?
I have Portugal.
Portugal.
Okay, how do we pronounce this one? What's Joao?
Yeah, yeah,
Yayo.
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 Yale Felix,
Lovely.
which is a
Don't
optic.
reckon that's it.
And I got a power in the box, Reece James.
Hey,
Look at that.
Hey, Reece James.
Look at
oh,
that
that's
corner
my
there.
name.
Are you
What a
serious?
champion.
It is,
Is
yeah.
it really Reece James?
Yeah, it is.
Has he got
Man.
has he got a PSG hat on?
You can have
Yeah.
one of them.
Is there
It's
any?
just spelled REECE though.
Is there
that's
a
wrong.
number 2 on the?
That's-
Is a card number 2?
This is my new PC right here. Reece
Mate, it would
James.
have to be.
Does he
That
have
is
a song that made it to number 2 though?
No.
I've got a Robert Verhoeve card.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, he does a hover.
Is it in black and white?
It is a
Is it a sticker?
it is a PSG.
Is it a tobacco cut?
It is a PSG
Mm.
Panini sticker from the 1970s.
Wow.
What?
Yep. Some
We
dude-
need
It was
to
meant
change
to
the
be.
brand.
That
and
is
match your
amazing.
head.
Yeah.
Who's this
I
guy?
know.
How do you say KYLIAN?
Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe.
That's the one everyone wants.
Yeah, no, that's why I did
Just
it.
a base
Oh.
card?
Have a joke.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
just a base card. The rookies, Matthias Vina from Uruguay. I'm not oh, shit.
Pugs.
We got a Pitch Kings.
No, just keep an eye on that one.
We have a Pitch Kings. Are you
Oh,
ready?
Yep, go for it.
Little bloke that's going to have a good season, I reckon.
Tim Carl.
No, Lionel Messi.
Oh, nice.
Goes all right, that bloke.
So that's probably worth.
I'd imagine this would be his last World Cup.
It'd have to be, wouldn't it?
Well, I think he's 35.
We got Victor Nilsson Lendorf from Sweden in an optic.
He's won 6 balloons.
We got the orange. What's that? You reckon orange laser?
Yeah, that's I reckon. They
They
look cool.
sick. That's Giovanna Solea from Argentina. I should be
Orange laser.
a league caller.
You should be the newsreader
Oh, you
of the
could be.
sports.
Danny
Oh, that red
Oldenburg
one's
from
sick.
Spain. What's that? Is that like
Oh,
cracked
holy
ice or
snap.
something?
Holy snap and pelican stuff. That's awesome.
That's a
number.
cracker. And then we've got Nicholas Giochina from the United States. I have no idea if any of them are number, actually.
I like the optic.
They're nice, aren't they? The Pitch Kings aren't as good as the...
Do they do...
what's the NFL one?
Gridiron Kings.
Gridiron Kings. Yeah, they're really nice. I like them.
We just graded a complete set of Gridiron Kings.
We did
Oh, really?
actually.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty sweet.
The rookie set.
What'd they get? Were they similar?
8.5
similar
to 9.5.
qualities?
8.5 to 9.5. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, 45 of them.
Do they release a optic product?
Who?
Well, Panini, I guess.
Oh, for the NFL.
Yeah, no, for soccer. Is it there's just straight
That's
up?
it.
Oh, if it's in this
No,
product.
this is
Yeah,
an
no.
insert, I imagine.
Yeah, no, this is
So-
all they've got.
Oh, that sucks.
On soccer cards, interesting that
Football's coming
National
home.
Treasures.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if you've been keeping an eye on what's been happening with National Treasures. A couple of strange things happened. One was that the first off the line product sold for a lot less than what the hobby boxes sold for.
Why is that? Does someone know something?
No, it was one of those Dutch auctions.
So explain the Dutch auction to
So
me.
they started 10
Being
grand
the
a
Dutch
box.
man in the room.
Ink and blink and vinker.
Wahova.
Yeah. Started 10 grand and they just keep reducing the price every 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah,
Until
about that.
someone says
Until
yes.
someone says yes. And it got down to, I think, 2,300.
Wow.
It got down to the lowest. I think they were
Of any
willing
first line.
for it to go. Yeah.
Yeah. And the hobby boxes were 3,500.
Wow.
So
And you get better cards in first of the line too.
Yeah. And the thing that was that's really been interesting is that a Mbappe to 10 auto got pulled, and like everyone goes into meltdown thinking that's going to be a huge card and a lot of money. It sold for 7,200 Australian dollars, which is pretty much the cost of a box, which is a
wasn't that
little
written in
disappointing.
Australia?
Yeah,
Pulled
in
in
Australia. Yep.
But that's interesting. Is that because it's road to the World Cup and it's country as opposed to like club?
No idea. It's a lot of people are surprised by it. Most people thought that card was 20 grand.
Well, everyone's saying soccer's the next thing, isn't it?
So
That was USD.
I think people are
7,000
upset.
USD.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I
Sorry.
think people are upset at the checklist. There's not autos for players that they would have expected.
Weren't you saying the other day that on the checklist there's some, or someone was saying that there's actually players that aren't even,
Yeah, there's teams
in
that
the
aren't
World
even in
Cup?
the World Cup. Yep.
which
Yeah, that's
is not
right.
a good thing.
Well, I guess with the World Cup, the team's not being finalised till later this time.
Yeah,
because-
it's
there has to
hard
be a cut-off time, doesn't there?
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, very interesting, but beautiful looking product as National Treasures always is. I believe the Prism Road to the World Cup, which if you can find a box of hobby for less than $2,000, get it.
Jerry ended up auctioning that and got 10K AUD, 7,000 USD. And the logo is horrible too. I tell you what, I have to agree 100% with that. I was looking at that earlier, the logo for the Qatar.
Yep.
the Qatar World Cup.
The Socceroos have come out and said something about. I didn't read it properly.
So it'll be a
good story, though.
Basically, slamming Qatar for their
because they beat
human
us.
rights.
Yeah, because they beat us to the bid.
Yeah, so they've come out like. I don't think that's the reason, but
I reckon. It's still
there is a big human rights issue over there.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, weren't they the last of the big spenders to get the World Cup?
They were, yeah. Last of the hand choppers too, aren't they? Go Netherlands, JCS.
Yeah, that's
Okay, well, let's call it now. Who's winning the World Cup, Christopher?
France.
gamble responsibly. Brazil.
Brazil?
I'd say France too.
I'd say not England.
You win. England.
Oh, you reckon I can cover it?
Yeah, another sport that England just failed to win it.
Yeah, 66, mate.
The women won.
The women won?
The Euros this year.
They did, actually. They did. They was the first time they'd brought home a major trophy for any sporting event.
Did Australia play in the Euros?
I don't know. We're in Eurovision, so
That's what I thought.
chance.
Yeah,
no,
should
we
be in
didn't.
that. We didn't.
We
Okay,
didn't.
damn it.
And that's here next year, isn't it? The Women's World Cup.
I thought you were going to say Eurovision. Yeah, I want to get tickets to that.
We should
You
go.
want to go?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
Especially
I
if
got tickets
Sam
for
Kerr's
something.
playing.
I got something.
She
Some
scored
tickets for you
4
to something.
goals or
last
something.
Where am I
night.
going?
I'll tell you when it's closer to the time. Bit of a
Okay.
surprise.
Excellent.
It's a 2023 thing.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I got a ticket for you as well.
50 Cent.
I got a ticket for you
He's
as
coming to
well.
Australia next year.
No, not 50 Cent.
Oh,
Sports related.
that would be funny.
Sports related.
On the
50
Gold
Cent's
Coast.
pretty cool.
Random?
Nah, really cool.
Okay. Love that. Love that. We've done nothing crazy today.
We've done 0.
It's been a very bland, I'm going to call it. So let's do something crazy.
What are we going to do?
I will, as you can see, the shirt I have on
Hello, bloke.
Hello, Blake.
is a explain this, Chris.
No, I can't. Leave it up to you.
Hello Sport
Smashed.
and Bloke in a Bar.
Yep.
2 separate podcasts.
Yep.
Come together to make one shirt.
Oh,
And what they've done, they then released it
Mm.
and sold out in minutes.
Hello, bloke.
Did they?
They sold out in
Less
minutes.
Yeah.
And I know that because I end up buying some for people in this room.
Mm.
And
I'll win mine next week.
at the same time, do amazing things. I love both these podcasts, and massive shout out to them. Soon to be friends of the show. And I'm thinking, what we should do is this merch drop we've been talking about for ages. So why don't we do a hat pre-sale? We'll get Ruby and Ziggs to put it up online
Yeah, that's a mad idea.
tomorrow. Hopefully they can hear me.
Today.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow. We'll put it up online. We'll put it out there for 2 weeks, and it'll be a pre-sale with everything being released 3 weeks post that. So before Christmas, you'll get sent your PSG hat.
You know what we need? We need a name for this podcast.
We need a name for it.
Isn't
Yeah.
it? Isn't it already
It's
a
called
name?
the Platinum Disintegrating Podcast.
We need something with a pizzazz.
PSG Cards podcast.
Protect your card. Go platinum.
So that's what I'm thinking. What do you reckon? Should we get the hats out there in the market and just drop it?
Oh,
Yep.
Ruby's just walked in. She did not hear a thing of that.
That's awesome. So Ruby, we're going to get hats on the website tomorrow
Today.
to be pre-sold.
Tomorrow.
To be pre-sold so everyone gets them before Christmas, and everyone that buys a hat will get a free grade.
I was going to say that.
waiting for it.
They got to
Yep.
pay postage.
That's awesome.
Pay your
Yeah,
own
well-
postage, but we'll give you a free grade.
Well,
if
they're
you
going to
get a
pay
hat.
postage for
paying-
the hat
yeah.
anyway, so
Yeah,
we
exactly.
can post it back. Oh, no. Oh.
Well, you get the hat.
You know
and the
what?
card
If
at
you
the same
buy a
time.
hat, well, let's get it to her before Christmas.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Even better, if you buy a hat, you don't even need to send me a card. I'll send you a graded card.
There, we'll do that.
So I'll send you one of my graded cards.
We'll have to get some cards graded.
I've
Pugs.
got them. I've got them
Get
there.
onto it.
I've got a
Oh,
set.
you got them there.
So if you want to actually send in who you want,
What your sport
I'll do
is.
my best, but I can't guarantee it. And
Yeah, I want a Pele one-on-one. Thanks.
I want a Pele sticker.
Jordan Auto.
I've got a Pele sticker upstairs, actually, but let's not go there. But let's do that. So if you buy a hat, you get a free graded card,
Hey, hello.
and we will make that happen.
Free grading for people who get PSG tattoos.
Oh,
100% and free grading for life if it's on your forehead.
love it. We shouldn't give that to some of these people, though.
Oh.
I could see Johnny Schmidt
Oh, Johnny.
I've seen
from
a couple of people.
JCS with PSG brand on his forehead.
No. He
No.
wears a hat.
Do it,
He
Johnny.
wears
Colours.
do
The
it.
colours of the hats, there's going to be blue and there's going to be white, and you get to pick. Or is there going to be black? I'm not allowed to pick the hats because these are the hats that I picked.
Yeah, but I love them.
And Christopher got upset with
Oh.
me because these are old man hats, I got told. So
I don't like the colour.
what
I
he
love
wants
these
is
hats.
a hat that's actually called a dad hat, which is even funnier, which
This
is
isn't a dad
this
hat.
shape.
That's what it's called, though.
This is. I don't think it is.
No,
yeah,
no.
they are.
This one.
Yeah, that's a
They're
dad
uglier than these.
hat. Yeah.
No, I think the colour because they turn yellow.
Oh yeah, when you sweat and stuff.
Yeah.
when you leave
Yeah,
them on the
I
track.
just wash mine in the
So
washing
we'll
machine.
confirm it overnight. What colour they're going to be. They'll either be black, blue, or white. We're not sure yet, but we will put it out there, and we'll make that happen this side of Christmas.
What about green?
Purple.
Oh, no,
These sports team colours.
no. we could come out with a pink one.
Nothing wrong with
But
pink.
the best part about this whole process is that the general manager of Platinum Standard Grading is going to run it.
Oh yeah,
And he's going to organise it all.
Ugh.
And he's going to make it happen.
done,
Love it.
done.
We will do them as cheap as we can as well. And obviously there'll be a bit of postage and stuff in there. But the more PSG hats we get out there, then the better. And we'll run some competitions next year. People in PSG hats taking photos in amazing places
Yeah.
will get card grading services.
And wear them to all the card shows.
Car
Indeed.
shows,
Yeah.
sporting events.
Spread the word.
Indeed.
Worldwide.
Yep.
Yep. And Christopher's going to have a massive announcement next week or the week
Good
after
job, Chris.
before we go to the US.
Jesus.
About where we're going and what we're going to be doing over there. So there'll be a few announcements coming up in the next week.
Stage.
And
A lot of
Rob,
work.
I feel
Yes.
like I've said a lot of words this week because I'm trying to help you back.
Yeah, no, the movement.
Are you
just-
feeling better?
I'm fine while I'm sitting down and not laughing. So
Don't move.
no, I'm just
Then
going to
don't
take
laugh.
Don't move and listen to Chris all day. You won't laugh at all.
No, I was funny this morning.
I
Yeah,
just
you
sort
said that.
laughed. What did you say this morning?
I can't
It'll be
remember.
rude.
Yeah, can't
There's no doubt
remember.
about it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking we wrap this up. What do you reckon?
I
Chris
think
needs a hat.
Chris does need a hat. Chris's hat's Mary Ann Bilston, for those who missed the start of the podcast, is currently in London and she's on a mission to try and find Chris's hat that was left on a train. She's probably not. I might have made that up.
Oh, she's not. She's fearless.
Just
What's
one
she
of, your,
doing?
one of your rumours. that
She's
you
going to
found.
Cornwall.
She's got a wedding in Cornwall.
that's fantastic.
That's sick.
If I got married, I'd get married in Cornwall. Just sounds cool.
Does it?
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note,
Yeah.
well,
what are you leaving us with, Christopher?
Protect your cards.
Oh, he's done
Yeah.
it again, dear. Hey?
That's all right.
I've got nothing else.
See,
Rob?
he has to steal other people's things because
He
he's
does.
got nothing.
what I'm leaving you with is "Come on, Aussie, come on."
Oh, I love that. There's going to be a new song that comes out next week that Pugs is going to
Next week.
release,
Oh, okay.
which is like the Mojo Chasers. Come on, Aussie, come on. When you listen to this podcast, there may be a little bit of the original one at the start, so you understand what that's
We do
all
not
about
own the
next
rights to
week.
that song.
We don't, and there was less than 7 seconds, so therefore we don't have to pay for it.
We'll be fine.
What's yours?
Keep your cards protected.
Oh, now it's getting a bit too
Yeah,
much.
that's pretty
My
close.
one is actually a big shout out to one of our partners out there, and that's Mint Collectibles. We just got a messy, was it Court Kings, whatever it's called, on in that box that I bought off you, and it's probably worth more than the box, so I'm very happy about that.
Really?
But yeah, Lionel Messi, mate.
It's worth more to the box to us.
Pitch
for
Kings.
Pitch Kings, that's the one. Lionel Messi
Oh.
Pitch King. So that's going to go nicely in a
Oh, that look good in
in a
a slab.
slab. But yeah, thanks for the hospitality earlier this week, Mint. And wherever we go, whatever we do, we're going to try and get out there and see
We'll be
as many
watching
of
you.
our partners as possible. So be good to your mum.
And get hats. Go
Buy
platinum.
hats. Buy hats. PSG.cards. Oh, and the charity auction, PSG.auction,
Auction.
will be the Luc Longley cards, and they will be up tomorrow as well.
And Mariah Carey rocks. Leave you with that.
Go platinum. Go platinum.